Alright lads, so today over on Brazos, we are here once more to break a new damage milestone and get over 170 million damage. At this point in time, it's basically a series on the channel. Over a year ago, using the first KENPACHI, Yachiru Unohana, we were able to do 60 million damage. That in of itself was impressive, however we took it a step further and beyond using the 9th anniversary KENPACHI's EX skill, and thanks to that with the team that we did use, we got over 170 million damage. And during that video, I said I don't think we'll ever see a higher damage number than that, at least for a long time. Well, that's all changed, because today we're going even further and beyond, hitting a new damage milestone that you won't see normally, legitly. And the way we're doing that is unironically by using a free KON that we got during a past anniversary. But why exactly are we using KON? Well, currently right now we have access to a pretty cool event called KON's April Fool's Confusion. It's available for the next 4 or so days, so you do have some time to attempt this yourself. But during this event, if you use any KON that is available in the game, you do get a 100 times attack damage. It's a damage multiplier that you're not really ever going to see anywhere else, and that is what allows KON to deal some insane damage during this event. Now, if we only have a look at the 5-star KONs, with the exception of the heart one that was given out like 9 years ago, all the other KONs are free in the game, and it's recommended you go ahead and use the mind one, because with the team that we do have set up here, we can actually allow KON to do significantly more damage. But how exactly are we going to do that? Well, let's talk about it. So first up, you are going to want to not max transcend your KON, but you might as well. If you're going to go for the effort of leveling up his transcendent slots, you might as well max transcend him too. The main ones you want to look at here is the level 10 attack, level 10 focus, and of course, level 10 spiritual pressure. You can of course give him level 10 stamina just to make the character's icon purple. However, it's worth mentioning during the quest you are forced to die, and the KONs in that quest only deal 1 damage, so it's better to not give the level 10 stamina when you're doing this, give it after. Because otherwise you're going to have to spend more time in the quest when you are forcing all your characters to die. Why will we do that? Well, again, we'll explain it when we get into the run. Of course, with that though, you also do want the 6th slot at 500 extra SP. This was easily done if you did play during the event when this KON was available. And then with that, when it comes to the build, we want to use a tension tie. If you want to get more damage, use a 5-star plus version, as this does offer 20% more special move damage. We're then also going to use a Kamari and also fortification pill to overall get more spiritual pressure and also focus. When it comes to the soul traits, you want to, again, further increase his damage output strictly on the soul bomb. So using Aizen, one of the few soul traits in the game that even offer more soul bomb damage, is going to be very important. For the other 2 links, you can either go with full stamina damage or low stamina damage. It really comes down to what you prefer. Low stamina damage does actually offer more damage, but for me personally, I'm not trying to go for a world record, so we're just going for full stamina. And with this, it's essentially increasing our soul damage by an additional 90% and also provides an additional 1,500 spiritual pressure. Then, of course, when it comes to the bonus abilities, full stamina and damage to weakened is what you want to do. Now, the reason why we are giving KON damage to weakened enemies is because one of the ways we're going to once more further increase KON's damage output is by using the 1000-year Blood War version of Esno. Esno has a unique effect on his soul bomb. He will lower the enemy's defense by 80% while also applying weakening, which lets you do 50% more damage. So the idea in the quest is to use the soul bomb of Esno, and then right after we're going to use KON soul bomb. To make it so Esno doesn't kill when using the soul bomb, we've gone ahead and given a Chappie, a 4-star version, and also a Yuki dispenser, as this will lower his spiritual pressure and also focus to 0. To further increase KON's damage output, giving him weakened defense is also going to be important, as that does let us do 30% more damage. And in terms of replacements, you can replace Esno with any character that has a debuff soul bomb with also weakening. KON for your Onward Shui is another example, and maybe even a better one, because he has weakened defense naturally built in, and through bonus abilities, you can give him additional weakened defense. So you're getting 60% more damage instead of 30% more damage that Esno is giving. However, in my case, since I have gotten this character 5 out of 5, even after removing all his extra stats, he does actually one-shot the KONs, so I can't use him. If you have this character at special level 1 out of 5 or even at a low level, then maybe it's actually worth using this character over Esno. But the final piece to the team is going to be 8th Anniversary White, as White does offer a unique skill, increasing mind characters' special move damage by 30%. Through this, it allows KON to do 30% more damage. Fairly simple. Now, in regards to White's build, it doesn't matter, but again, you don't want to give him any mind links, and you also want to remove his stamina slot, because any extra stats this character does have, it means more time spent trying to have the character die. So you can keep him unbuilt if you want to. For me, this was basically what I was using. Now, the last way to further increase your damage output is by selecting an ally that does have a team boost SA2. If they have the booster skill, that will increase your attack and focus by 43%. If possible, to make this easier for yourself, have an alt account, a friend account, or a guild mate provide you with a level 1 character with the booster skill unlocked. That way, when this ally does appear in the final stage, they don't end up doing too much damage and kill the KON boss. If you can do that, it's going to be a lot more easy to manage. If not, your next best thing to do is refresh your friends list until maybe a not so well-built character with a team boost actually appears. You know, not to call out Fuad here, but this is a level 2 attack Yuha, level 14 Link Swords, not really the greatest builds. So with that in mind, I should be able to do what I want to do on that final boss stage without the Yuha taking out the KON boss. So a level 1 friend isn't needed, but it definitely does make it a lot easier when you are in that final stage. That's the build though. Now let's jump into the quest. Right, so unfortunately, what we have to do here is the most unfortunate part of this quest. We have to die 3 times. So, with that in mind, we have to do something for the next 10 minutes. Because we just have to sit here and die. We need to get 3 soul bombs. 10 minutes has passed. Around 10 minutes. Let's go ahead and revive and now not take any damage. Let me make sure my controller's turned on. By reviving, we get 3 soul bombs. And now all we got to do is get to the end without taking any damage. Pretty easily done. And even if we do, we just need to get like, what, 100 combo? Because that gives us 10% more damage. But I give this character Long Stride so we can easily dodge the characters. Now, I haven't fully tested, but hopefully Esnot doesn't kill. Because if he does, we kind of ruined it. It breaks my heart, though, to take out all these KONs. It really does. My goat. I have to slaughter him like 1,000 times. If we reset the app, by the way, it doesn't reset our combo, luckily. All right, here we go. So, Which is going to boost, and we need to kill like 4 waves here without attacking the boss. Because we need the hot enemies to spawn in. I think that it's the next wave. Crap, I'm doing too much damage. Okay, here we go. Hold on. Soul bomb. Ah, hold on. Hold on. I've ruined it. Restart. Attempt number 3. Let me just like yeah. Okay, do that. Let KON go ahead. Okay, 2 more. Let me like just use the SA3 there. Okay, this is the last wave. So Esnot. Let me just attack. They are hot. Soul bomb. KON, here we go. Here we go. Big King of New York. Okay, it did something. So, let's just do it again. I think we did it right there. I don't think there's anything different to change. King of New York round 2. There we go. We did so much damage, we saw no damage. Shout out to Phaeton for that level 1 Yoruichi. Unfortunately, I didn't get to see the numbers, but we're going to check the profile right now. How much damage we actually did there. Only took us 14 minutes. Remember, originally it was 170 million. Now, max damage of 325 million damage. Round of applause for the King of New York, Big KON. Who would have thought 9th anniversary KENPACHI would get replaced, out DPS'd, out damaged, embarrassed by KON. A free KON, mind you. A free KON. A KON you got for free. Big KON. He's massive. Look at the size of him. He's almost big as Esnot right now. A free character. So, there you go. If you want to do it yourself, again, shout out to Mads. Mads always the guy that hits me up regarding like when it's possible to do stuff like this. I wouldn't have done it without him messaging me. So big up Mads. Big up KON too. But this is doable with a free KON, basically. All you need to do, max transcend him. You can take it above and beyond too. You can like give him level 11 and you can level 22, but I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that. This is fine. So yeah, use KON for the damage, Esnot for the debuff, White for the swab on extra damage. Again, you could use Shuhei for the double weaken defense and debuff, but my Shuhei is 5/5, so he one-shots. he kills the entire wave. But yeah, pretty cool stuff. Big con. Big con.